2 1 2 1 2 1 2. G
What
nice. What's the
up?
word, baby?
Hey, you know what it is, man? Same old all the time. Don't nothing change. But the
I can
weather in your underwear, right?
unless you was on, unless you was on 7 dudes grinding, then you
Well, then
remember I used.
yeah, it might be a few days. You'll cowboy it up.
Man, I remember we went
You
some days,
you
man.
have to cowboy.
Yeah, got to take a little
And
cowboy.
yeah, and that's what it is, because the block don't stop.
I'm trying to tell you, what's happening with you, man? You
Tired. Uh,
yeah,
that's the best I can say about it. How your life been, man?
man.
How you
I'm
been
chilling.
feeling this week? Give me
I've been
something
having
positive. Give me something positive that you've had.
something positive this week. Hey,
Yes,
listen,
help me out.
man, this week, damn, you said this week. Well, I'm just gonna say I woke up. I'm blessed to be up and chilling. Well, yesterday was one of the first days that the supervisor sent us home early, and so like last night, I actually got out of there at about 4:30, and so that was a blessing because usually they'll try to kill you. They don't want to send nobody home, and they sent us home, so we was like that was love. And
Fire.
yeah, but listen, I had some stuff. Hopefully, this is it, and I don't know. Some of them I remember. I got these little bitty segments that I want to bring to the table. But yeah, I think we got enough stuff to talk about tonight. But I got some things that I want to bring to you and get you, your opinion on it. But shit,
Well,
I know we was talking and you was saying something about like, like starting up a business. You know what I mean?
right, right.
And
I
so
think that the the information is there. I just don't think that people have access to it. But what I want to be able to do is just speak on it from where I come from, and my level of understanding, because I don't mind sharing information. I want all of us to win, right?
right,
So I wanted to discuss, the starting point of it, of people being able to just go and get an LLC after you have your idea of what you want to do in your business. It's not that hard, people. I
right,
mean, it doesn't cost much. You pay the government a little bit, you pay your state government a little bit to get yourself out there where you are considered in good standing, right? And you do that, and if you have your branding, I mean, go after the um, domain name, right? I mean,
right,
it's hard to get a .com at this point, but even still, it doesn't matter. Everybody's moving to like IOs anyway,
hmm
and you do that. And if you have your logo, you go and you get your trademark.
right.
You get your trademark, you go get your copyright if you can, and just start locking it down. But I think a lot of people think less of themselves than they should. You
All right.
know,
I said like this. Sometimes, okay, we're gonna have to back up so that way you can, what I mean, make it a
hmm
little bit more simple for them. But one of the things that I think, that might happen, that was like one of my problems that might plague me, is that when people start thinking about business, like you got the idea up here. You did what I'm saying.
hmm
Not only that, but you got the idea up there. But then again, it's something that you're talented about. So I always try to tell people, listen, if it's something that you know how to do, that you just love doing, and it comes effortlessly, like it don't
hmm
even seem like it's work, then maybe that's your calling and that's what you need to do. But then, like you said, you pay the government a little bit of money, you pay the state a little bit of money, you're trying to get this LLC, then you get this state number, and then I know you go to your bank, and then like whatever credit union is, then you got to do this little search to see if anything is inside of your area, like the Quad Cities, that has your name, so then you can get that established and get the bank account. What I think that people got to stop doing is stop, what I mean, overthinking it to the point where making it, they feel like it's gonna be so hard. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. And one thing I learned, B, is that you can get on YouTube and you can Google anything and it'll show you
yeah.
how to do it, bro. It'll show
Hey
you how to do
man,
anything.
I learned how to fix a toilet, man. And that ain't nothing that's in my realm on
Right.
YouTube.
Yeah.
I was like, I got to do this because it was during my colonoscopy situation.
Right.
I needed my toilet to be proper because that ain't a joke.
Right.
That's a commitment right there. That's like a 24-hour commitment,
Yeah.
man. And you just like, ugh. But to the note, what you're talking about is, I feel people need to understand the roadblocks are not that. They're not this huge thing that you can't accomplish. And like you said, it's not work if people get up. But I ask people, what would make you wake up early in the morning? What would
Right.
make you get up early? Right?
Right.
What would you be excited to do about your day?
And
If you do that,
basically,
it's exactly what you said. It's not work.
right. You dig what I'm saying? Because I tell you, like, if I could just wake up and just like make beats
Oh my
and and
God.
and, and just draw, you dig what I'm saying? Turn on the drum machine, listen to some beats, because then when I turn over there and I'm drawing and I'm letting that beat in my head,
Right.
choruses and hooks is coming, and
Mhm.
then I would automatically start structuring like, okay, what these 16 bars is gonna be like, what I want to
Mhm.
talk about in these bars. You know what I'm saying? And if you're a music writer, if you write like lyrics and stuff like that, your song has got to tell a story. So, you're always trying to say
Yeah.
something, you know what I mean? And so that's life. And it's like, I pray about stuff like that. You dig what I'm saying? I be praying like, man, Lord, I want to just do what I like to do, what I was. And you know what? Public
That's
speaking, that's one of the things. That's one of the reasons why I want to get into the public speaking, because it's like, it ain't nothing like standing in front of people talking about something that you know something about, and you just trying to share
yeah.
that information. I'm just trying to
Truth.
share that with you, B. That's it.
Truth. Truth.
Yeah.
Um,
But
yeah,
like,
no.
okay, so let me ask you, like, from this perspective right here. Okay, so my
Sure.
man calls me
What you got?
today. He says he wants to do the vlog where he wants me to cut his hair and he go live. So he gonna go live, and then that way he gonna like, all right, I just want to show him my barber and how he cuts my hair, because he was like, man, I'm tired of
Okay.
working, man. He was like, I'm trying to start some shit, you know what I mean? And I want to
Right.
start making my own money. So when you start talking about like starting your own business, give them like some tips and pointers of what you're saying, and like what could possibly be in their mind, and how what would they do, what was to be the first thing that they would do.
I mean, definitely the first thing you would do is look at your name. All right, whatever you want to name your LLC, you need to look at that. See if it exists already. See what variations you might have to do from there. Figure out, are you going to go LLC or you going to go heavier on the S corp, right?
Now
And
what's the difference though? LLC, because I got an LLC for the barbershop, right? And it just basically says, yeah.
LLC is going to be better for people who are not just prepared to do a lot. S corp, there's a lot of different tax implications, and some people feel like they'll go that way. But I mean, for the sake of argument, I think we should just stay with the LLC on that. There's people can go down that rabbit hole later.
Right.
We just dropping turds right now. From there, you've evidently established what it is that you're doing. Is it goods or services, right?
Right.
What are you going to do? What can you provide from that point? And then you need to make sure that you lock down your website, get the domain on that, figure out email. Do you have employees? What are you going to do with that? And just start knocking it out. But I think if you get the horrible part out of the way, which is the administrative stuff, then you can get to being who you want to be.
Yeah, so basically get established as a business, you dig what I'm saying? And
And
then
I left out what you talked about, establishing business credit.
right.
Hugely important. And what a lot of people don't get is that all you have to do to get business credit is establish like five little things that you get. So order some pencils,
Right.
order some staplers, right?
Hmm.
And get used to that. And then when you do that, then they're like, all right, we want to give you credit for
Right.
this, right? Because you've shown yourself to be a positive business owner
Right.
and you're generating some kind of income.
Yep.
And write-offs. I mean, a lot of people don't think about the write-offs you can get. I write off my office because it exists. I bought a bunch of new monitors, had to get a new computer. All that's coming off.
Right.
It's going to be on the back end and kill my overall tax bill.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, so that's what I had to say about that, though.
And then also
I
too,
hope it was insightful.
right, because you know what, this is the thing, and this is what I was learning. Because see, my son, man, uh, I was just talking to him, and he was like, "Listen, pops." You know what I mean? Do you got your LLC? You know what I mean? He's like, you need to get your number. He said, listen, I'm gonna send you this site. Go ahead and pay this, and then get it established like that. Then you have to do like this other little fee for this number with the
Mhm.
state. And then I
Yep.
went to my credit union. Then I was trying to, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because so a lot of times when I'm telling people like I got my own barbershop, no, I'm telling you the truth. This barbershop is a LLC, and it's got
Mhm.
a tax stamp, and you know what I mean, everything.
Mhm.
And so I actually, when I go to the beauty supply store, same thing you were saying, I save my receipts for hairspray, for neck strips, for brushes, for
Everything.
any types of supplies that I get.
Everything.
I save these right here. And so then I also kind of make this list of what I cut and what I make a week in cutting hair. You dig what I'm saying? And like with the clients and how much each week is. And so then that way you can be able to give like a history of what it is. And as complicated as it might sound to some people, if this is what you want to do to level up, this is what you're gonna have to do. This is called leveling up, like you
That's
know what I
what you
mean?
have to do.
Because yeah, because don't nobody really want to work for somebody for the rest of their life. Now there are people who can get into gigs and get into factory and move up and become supervisors or like you know what I mean, plant managers. More
Right.
power to you. You dig what I'm saying? But everybody
This
ain't that. You dig what
this
I'm
is the
saying?
problem I run into right now. Even though you have your own LLC, what they try to pull with me is they want to either do W-2, right?
Right,
Which means that you just work for them. Or they want to do 1099. 1099 bangs you on the taxes because they're not contributing anything to like your Medicare taxes, Social Security, any of that. They're not doing that. They're like, here's your money, gone. But when in tax time come, you bang. So I've been seeing a lot of them that are balking at C to C, right? Like
right,
corporation to corporation. They don't want to do that, but you have to fight for it because that's the only way you legitimize your business
right,
is by having paying customers. So people watch out for that as well
right.
because they
And
will try to play you.
right. And so I mean that's definitely a good tip, and that's some good advice for anybody that's out there, man. And you trying to get your own business startup,
Mhm,
check it out. And then if nothing else, I mean, hit the man in the inbox, and then and try to figure it out, because I know for a fact, like my daughter Wizzy, she's
mhm,
trying to go to school, but then she was always so talking about doing hair, and so she make a post and she'll say, hair by wisdom, and man, she's doing her thing on the lace fronts. I just cut this other little girl's hair last year in high school, and she was telling me how she has to go up to UT because UT offering barbering classes. So she go to Rocky
mm.
part of the day, she leave from there,
Okay.
then she go to United Township because United Township, and
Always UT.
right,
Always UT.
and so then, like I told her, I said, you know what you should do? If you're gonna be cutting hair, go ahead and get suave with the dreads and the braids. Because if you can make it a one-stop shop where dudes is coming in there, they can get their dreads done, or you can braid their hair, then you can turn around and line them up. I said, you'll kill the game. So, always be thinking mindful of what can you do that's inside of your willpower and your talent to make you successful on your own, man. You don't need to go punch a clock in to be successful all the time. You might need it
One
as a stepping
right.
stone, but yeah,
One thing I want to bring up though that we didn't discuss is business insurance.
yeah, yeah.
That's important because you're liable for
Mm-hmm.
anything you do for anybody, and you need to
Exactly.
make sure
Hey,
that you're
so,
covered.
and I be thinking about the damn sidewalk coming around the sidewalk to the
Hey
basement,
man,
because in the wintertime with that ice out
I
there,
know
like,
it. You've been a
yeah,
bit it out there. I
man,
mean,
straight up, it's
I
like,
think I might have bit it out there one
boy,
time.
man, you will, because the sidewalk is kind of, man. If you
Yeah.
don't come get that ice, boy, you'll be down there with it. You'll try to tell you, you be
I
laying
mean,
down there with it, like straight up,
mhm,
for real, for real.
hugging the ground like you in love.
Hey, but what was you talking to me earlier about the argument with the cereal? What happened with that?
All right, so it was discussion, and I was telling Ann she's super elderly, right? And because she was like she like grape nuts. I'm like, who the fuck eats grape nuts?
My grandmother used to eat grape
Yeah,
nuts in the morning.
exactly.
My
Old
grandmother,
ass grape nuts and goddamn what's the other shit? Well, even Wheaties. Nobody eat that shit. You know,
nah.
we were team Frosted Flakes. You give
Like, okay,
me
so
some
but
kicks.
your grandmother used to eat like total. You dig what I'm saying? Like my grandmother, she
Yeah,
loved her Kellogg Frosted Flakes. She no, they weren't even frosted. You know, she did. She loved the Tony Tiger Frosted Flakes, but like she had the what was that? The first one you said, that granola, that
that grape nuts.
grape nuts. She loved that. I don't know why. Like
That's because people
man,
need fiber at that
yeah,
point.
yeah. When you get older, need something to
Yeah.
help you use that to use the bathroom and
They'll
stuff
go
like that.
ahead so you have solid stool,
Right.
consistent stool,
Yeah.
right?
But so listen to this.
Slide it on out, make sure it just slips out into the toilet with a little little
So so I think that's what Wheaties was. Wheaties had like a lot of fiber. What was the
Man,
other one that older
uh
people used to eat? Cheerios.
no, no, there's one more though. That's super
And man,
disgusting. You keep
Cheerios
talking,
was
I'm gonna
one.
figure it out, but I'm
Cheerios
gonna
was
tell
one
you.
of them. Cheerios is one that was like it
Plain
didn't have.
ass cereal.
But yeah, see, with Cheerios you have to dump like sugar in there. So
Then
you know
wait,
what I
why are you
mean?
even doing it?
Yeah, so you got to dump like a bunch of sugar in there. Then you gotta
You
scrape
know
the
what
sugar
those
at the
are
bottom of the
called?
bowl to make the
But you
milk.
know what those are called though? Those are called Fruit Loops.
Right,
The sugar Cheerios are Fruit Loops.
right.
That's it.
Or either the knockoff ones. Remember the knockoff ones, the fruit circles?
Yeah, Fruit Circles.
Hey, listen, if you get them cereals from Aldi's, if y'all cereals
Hey,
come
the
from Aldi's,
bags.
yeah, oh man, listen, I'm telling you, or the King vitamins,
I
the
was
free
getting ready
ones,
to say that. Goddamn that shit was disgusting.
man. And but that was it. You had to get them.
You had to eat it. You like
What
fake
was it?
ass
King
goddamn
vitamins was
Captain
like
Crunch.
cereals off of WIC tickets, wasn't
Yes. Yep. It
it?
was directly from Wick.
Oh yeah, that
That's how
was your
you
WIC
ended up
ticket
with that
cereals.
bullshit. Like, damn, I
Yeah.
want some real Captain Crunch. You give me this goddamn King vitamin. This shit disgusting.
I know one thing. I got really cold at the powdered milk. I know how to put that
Uh,
powdered milk together.
yeah.
Yep.
There
Yep.
was an art to it though.
Yeah, you had to.
Because if you fuck it up, it's so and
And you could have made.
everybody gonna be mad at you. Like, what
Yep.
the hell? Water this shit down? Like,
Yeah,
come
and
on,
or you
man.
have the powder or stuff still inside the cereal. You have a bowl of powder at the bottom. You have to know how
So
to shake. See, this is how you got to do powder milk. I don't even think they got powder milk today, but this is how you
I
have to
don't
do the
know.
powder milk.
They
I don't
might.
know, but listen, the powder milk. The key to it was to make it with hot water. You dig what I'm saying? I even used to go a little bit harder, and I
Respect.
used to boil the
Respect.
water. I used to boil the water, put it in there, and boil your water, and put it on there, and let the hot water break all the powder down. Then you gotta shake it up. You dig what I'm saying? What's up, Abu? Then you gotta like do your little stir on it. But you cannot make cereal with it until it goes into the freezer. It's gotta go in. Nobody eats hot milk. Nobody. You can't eat cereal with hot
No.
milk. You dig what I'm saying? So
So
you have to make the. You got to make the powder milk at night. So tomorrow morning
so it's
we could be.
good.
So tomorrow we could be
So
together.
so I was telling Ann about, because I don't do the dairy like that, man. I shit all down my leg, man. I avoid it. I avoid it. I mean, I'll eat some pizza, but I know I'm gonna regret it later on. But
Are you lactose tolerant?
I'm totally lactose intolerant, man. Nate has learned that as well. He finally gave up. He's like, man, that's a commitment, man. When I do, I'm like, I told you it's a commitment, man.
Right.
I got to be in the house. I got to have a charger in the bathroom. I got to get situated in that place if I eat some cheese.
Right.
Um, so I was telling her about the milk. I'm like, I didn't eat a lot of, I mean, put a lot of milk in my cereal. I told her I used it for wettage, and I coined that word.
And what the hell is wettage?
Is when you just put a little bit of milk on your cereal to make it wet,
Okay.
and then you eat it that way. But I'm not about to have no whole bowl of cereal. I mean, I did it up until probably I was about 9, and then that's when I start feeling like I was gonna shit myself after I ate it. So I was like, nah, that ain't an activity I want to participate in anymore.
Right.
So I backed away. But
Abu is saying, "What is the topic of discussion?" Well, we was he was like,
but
"What is
that's
the
the
topic of
beauty of
discussion, please?" It,
we
it,
talk
so, okay, so the
we
bald
talk
head
about
nuts is
cereal.
off the cuff because we talk about a lot of different things, and it's like off the cuff, whatever comes to your mind. So we was talking about. He had a little idea about helping people like that wanted to start up their own business, but now we switch lanes, Abu. We
We
was
talking about
talking about
cereal.
cereal, like what cereal was considered older people cereal, vice versa, young people cereal. You know what I mean? And the art of making powdered milk. If you was ever broke and you came up in a broke home and you got food stamps, I don't know. Do y'all even got powdered milk over in Africa? I don't know. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Over here, we got powdered milk, man. And this was some stuff that was given out to people who was kind of like less fortunate. And it was an art to making powdered milk. You had to do it right
Man, there had to
because
be an art to everything.
for real, because if you got people that spent the night, like if family people spent the night, you dig what I'm saying, and the next day you got to put on, you want to have cereal, you want to have milk, you dig. And he said, yes, we do. We have powdered milk over there. So yeah, we was talking about how to make it and properly make the powdered milk. But I will tell you this: if people didn't know, Sugar Bear, the nickname came from cereal. You dig what I'm saying? So listen to this. Bernice said
I just call
that
you sugar.
well, whatever. You just want to you want to be disrespectful. So nobody's listening to you. You dig what I'm saying? So you go ahead on with your stuff. You dig what I'm saying?
Oh
You just go
shit.
ahead on with that. But so listen
Oh.
to this. She says that when you remember the commercial, can't get enough of Super Golden, Chris. It's got the bunch with something. Remember the little sugar bear dude off the all right.
Yeah,
So
I
she
know.
said when the commercial used to come on, that's the only time that I would sit down and be still. So like if that commercial come on, I would run
That's
to the
why she
TV
call
and
you
sit down.
sugar bear.
So she
Okay,
said that
that makes
in
sense.
order to for her to clean up or to do anything productive, she would have to say sugar bear. And I would run and sit down in front of the TV thinking that the commercial would come on. And so that's how that stuck. And like 49 years later, that I'm at work like yesterday, and the guys like, one of the managers tell my man Erwin, like, you know what I mean? You got to go back in there and clean rework room E or F, and then I want you to run such and such. He was like, all right, well, come on, Sugar Bear. I'm gonna take you in there. I'm gonna take you in there with me.
See?
So
We
here it is. Now, 49 years, like even at
right.
the job, they like Sugar Bear. Come on, Sugar Bear. I'm gonna take you in there. It's like, oh Lord, it is
So
like,
the all of the, they call you sugar too?
no, he listen to me, mister. To what I'm trying to tell you. He said the whole thing, the whole
I'm
nickname.
just asking a
No,
question.
ain't no
I'm just
grown
asking a
man
question.
calling me sugar. Ain't no grown man. And he better not ever just call me sugar. So I'm just put that out there right now. Ain't no grown man calling me sugar, man.
All
So
right,
I'm
sugar.
just saying my auntie used to say sugar man. Auntie Weed.
Sugar
Rest in peace
man.
to my auntie Weed, man. She used to call me Sugar Man. But yeah, but I'm gonna tell you the
So
cereal you got to have like
yeah.
when I used to smoke weed, me and Waniac, we used to go to this man's house and we used to get a bowl of every kind of cereal on his refrigerator, man. It's like, and him and Trey Dog used to have everything. They had remember the Count Dracula
Oh, not the
with the
Count Dracula.
marshmallows.
Yes,
They had
yes.
the Fruit Loops. They had the different kind of
They have
berry
the Lucky
crunch.
Charms though?
Hell yeah. But no, I'm saying
Okay, my
the
bad.
Lucky Charms. The Lucky Charms was like the Count Dracula. Remember with the
Mm.
marshmallows in there. But then you
Yeah,
had
it's
remember
not the
you had,
same though.
but you had to have the Crunch Berry Captain Crunch. Remember
Uh,
them?
yes,
Oh,
that was the extras in it, right? That was like
yeah.
a special
Ah.
treat in
Or
that, man.
I'm gonna tell you what was the best though too. Fruity Pebbles.
Yes,
Man, if you had or
just
either the Coke.
pure sugar, pure sugar. Loved it. What happened? You froze.
All right, I see you. I see you. I see you.
Okay. I was like, what?
I see you. I see you. So everybody's there. Sent you a friend request. Okay, somebody tap in and tell us if y'all can see us again if we back because it's still counting. And it says we live. We got two people. It's raining
No.
upstairs, and so that probably is out. It's switching
Mhm.
on different things. Yeah, because he was telling me you offline, so I assume it's like the rain out there. So and it lit.
So I got a conversation that I
Okay,
want to bring to the table.
I'm still here. Abu's still there. Local Los, what's up? Local Los is on
Lowe's.
deck. What's up,
All
baby?
right.
Go ahead.
So check this out. So the youngest we got over here has this problem with leaving her clothes all over her floor. And I'm like, that's unacceptable because I've told her the people that come just to clean are not her maids. That's
Right,
disrespectful, right? Like, clean your shit up. Do that. All right. So a couple of weeks ago, that happened, and I told her, this is the last time we're gonna have this conversation, right?
right.
She says she understood it. So I go up there 3 or 4 days ago, and there are a bunch of clothes over there. So I put them in a bag. I put them in a garbage bag. I got them. I go back up yesterday, a ton more clothes on the floor. Cool. You're not getting it. So they evidently have to go out of town with their dad. And she came down talking to me about clothes. I'm like, what clothes? I told you I'd help you solve the problem if you had a problem.
So,
I'm
so
just here to help.
right. So what you do with the clothes, man? Did you throw them away or did
I
you?
didn't throw them away. I got them hidden. It's like a 10-pound bag of clothes. I'm like, yo, what is wrong with you? You slow? Like, I mean, you just think your clothes just disappear from the
Mm,
floor
right.
like magic. Um, so yeah, so then the oldest girl come down and she like, well, it's about her clothes because she's been wearing mine. I've been having to give her clothes. I'm like, that's a personal situation. That's a decision. You're giving her clothes.
So you mean to tell me all of her stuff disappeared and she
She
ain't questioning nobody? She don't really.
No, she didn't even say anything until like yesterday, like sweeping. So I'm like, that mean you have too much.
Yeah.
You got too much. If you don't miss it, you have too much. You don't need
Right.
it.
Yeah,
So
that's crazy.
yeah, so I was gonna ask you what you thought, if you thought I was being savage, because I have the propensity to do that. Uh but no, I just wanted to see what you say because I think it's some fuckery.
I,
You
I
know,
think
I gave her options.
I think that there's a lesson to be learned, you know what I mean, out of the
Absolutely.
situation. So if you tell a shorty like, okay, you need to clean your room up, you being very disrespectful to the help to the people that's coming over to keep the place clean, they shouldn't have to, you know what I mean, pick that up. You dig what I'm saying? And so I
Right.
get that. And
Right.
it just depends, you know what I mean? If and it ain't no depends. I mean, hopefully she learning a lesson of what you're trying to tell her. It's like I'm trying to give you this because you're gonna be on your
Absolutely.
own one day too. And so, these are some things that I think
Well,
that they should learn.
yeah.
But
And um well, what I have been saying forever is that we have a responsibility to send capable humans out here. You don't want to send a child out there that's going to be a burden on their potential spouse, right? I mean, because that's some bullshit, right? You send somebody out there that can't do
hold on,
nothing.
hold on. You said they're gonna be a burden to their potential future spouse.
Yes.
Okay. So, in other words, you in the lines of what you thinking, you saying, okay, I need you to be a decent kid. You dig what I'm saying? Because pretty soon you're gonna be old, and then you're gonna be with somebody, and you're gonna be a burden to their life if you ain't got your stuff together.
Look, exactly. If you don't know how to clean up behind yourself, you don't know how to wash clothes, you can't cook. Um, yo, a lot of that is a deal breaker right there. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Who
we might.
raised you? It's
You
like,
know
who
what?
raised you?
Hey, we might have to take that as a topic and go deal with that because I'm telling you, man, it's some people out here that really don't know that. You know
They
what I'm
don't.
saying? You
And
know,
then it's like, yo, that, your mama was foul. by not teaching me these
Oh,
things.
well, time out, time out. You can't. How you gonna try to say your mama was foul because your mama didn't show you how to cook? Your mama didn't
Absolutely.
show you how to clean.
Yep. That's what I'm saying.
Now, what if they mama didn't know how to cook? But you know something? I'm glad that
See?
you. But
That's the
listen,
cycle.
but listen,
That's the cycle.
I'm glad that you said that. I can't find my piece of paper right now. I'm gonna find my piece of paper because I do got like some new little segments that I want to bring to the table. One of them is gonna be called passing the torch. You dig what I'm saying? Now, normally we look at passing the torch from the Olympics. One person is like he gets up there and he lights the torch, or somebody passing a baton in a 4x4 relay.
Right.
What about in life when somebody passes you a torch? And you don't have no choice but to take it, and this is what's coming down on your life. And so somebody from your life either passed you, whether it was good or bad. We could take it from like bad things that was passed down to you, or good
Yeah.
things that was passed down to, whether it was genes of working out, you know what I mean, or
Right.
whether because remember on my show Sunday I was talking about the alcoholism. I got a lot of positive feedback from that. A lot of people said that that was a good show and they needed to hear that. And one of the things that it made me think about, you know what I mean, like even for my father, you know what I mean? It's like
Right.
something was passed down to you that you didn't even ask for. You know what I
Oh,
mean? And
absolutely.
and and how do you deal with that? It's like, you know what I mean? And I don't even know who is my great grandfather or great grandmother, because evidently it had to be passed down to my granddaddy book. You know what I mean? And which I had the pleasure to meet him. I never met my grandmother, my dad's mom. She was
Mhm.
passed. She died before I was born. But my granddaddy book, man, he used to take me fishing, and he used to be cool. Now, from what I heard, is that both of them died of cirrhosis of the liver. You dig what I'm saying? Then my uncle Little Larry, he died of cirrhosis of the liver. My uncle Dickie. So alcoholism killed like a lot of people on my father's side of the family. And
Right.
so when I got to thinking about that, and I was thinking about my brother and stuff like that, you know what I mean? I was just thinking like, we didn't ask for this shit. You dig what I'm saying? It's like
Well,
you
yeah.
don't, and it's a lot of things in life, man, that like people don't think about, man. So maybe one day we should talk about that, because you said
Oh,
that.
absolutely.
If somebody if a chick can't cook or can't clean, maybe that was passed on to her from her mama or something
I
like
mean,
that.
or not passed on.
Or
Like
not passed down. They didn't
apparently,
pass it. Right.
yeah, you
But
didn't
listen,
pass it
I
down.
I got this little thing that I want to show you.
What up?
And then we're gonna talk about this, and let's break this down, because this is something that I have seen, and I wanted to do a little bit more research on it, but I got into a good conversation with somebody else. But let's somebody a notification on Facebook. Somebody is trying to send me a request. But I want you to watch this, and then I'm gonna bring it back full circle. New little segment called "Say It with Your Chest." Let's
All
go.
right, let's go.
People are so used to others being indirect and phony that clear and direct communication sounds aggressive.
Other
Facts.
forms of indirect communication? Here are 4 questions you can ask yourself to identify indirect communication. 1. They appear to have said too much or too little than would be necessary for the situation. That's a clue to look for an indirect interpretation. 2. Did they say something that appears obviously false? That's a clue to look for an indirect interpretation. Did they say something that on the surface is completely irrelevant? That's a clue to search for an indirect interpretation. And 4, did they say something that's totally obscure or vague or ambiguous? This is a clue to look for an indirect interpretation. These 4 questions relate to what are called the 4 maxims of cooperative communication. Tell the truth, be relevant, say enough but not too much, and be clear. We assume people are being cooperative, so when they intentionally violate these rules, they're signaling us to look for an indirect interpretation.
Funny. Yes, but not funny, haha. Funny weird.
Say it with your chest, little ass nigga.
So
Hey, so check it out. I deal with this daily. I don't
okay.
do a bunch of miscellaneous talk. Tell me what you need from me, and I'll give you that. I don't need your chatter. I don't need, and I think that we deal with this a lot with women, because women. This is another discussion. Women,
Oh, let's get the chats out here, because somebody gonna definitely say something to you about
yeah,
that. All right.
women like extra details.
Okay.
Right? They want to know about what's going on here, and so came through, and she had just come from some other place, and she was wearing this. We don't do that. I'm like, tell me what I need to know, because I'm gonna stop listening. I'm just gonna
Right.
stop. I don't.
Right.
I need to know the bare minimum. that I need to be able to do whatever is, requested of me.
Right.
I don't care about fucking chick's husband. I don't care. I don't know that dude. I don't need to know about that. And so that's been a thing that I've been doing for decades. And Twyla used to say it, when I would talk to her, I would be like, I'm about to stop listening to you.
Right.
And she was like, okay, I gave you too many details. Absolutely. I
Right.
don't need to know that. So how do you feel about that?
Um, I'll give you another example of how people do it. Have you ever been on social media and you see people like leaving messages,
Mhm.
indirect messages, and then sometimes, you know what I mean, I could be off and maybe I could be on. I tell you, I read text wrong, but like if I'm having like an issue with a person and then they turn around and then they leave like a message on their Facebook, and it's kind of saying a little bit of something that we might just been going through, or I'll give you an example. Like you can like check out sometimes when women are going through like bad relationships, and then they'll start posting like little stuff like that. Don't let this person make you feel like you're
Thirsty.
the bad person, and you say a bunch of stuff when the only thing you need to do is just say what you want to say, or go tell that person how you literally feel. You broke my heart. You dig what I'm saying? You a dirtbag. You dig just get it. What you say, local low,
Right.
saying things that's not relevant. And basically that's what he said. Number one, you try to say stuff that's too much, or then again you say some stuff that's false. And so
Yes.
the indirect message will always have something like, hold on, keep it real. If you're gonna say something, keep it real
Man.
at all times, instead of trying to make it seem like as if you want to have a pity party.
Yeah. Pity
And you know what I
party.
mean, a
Word to
surprise
Melanie
pity party.
Martinez.
Yeah,
Word to Melanie Martinez.
you want to have a surprise pity party, man. Go on and say what you need to say, and or either just move on with your life. If
Look,
you feel like you need to move on with your life, you don't got to say all of that to move on. Just move on. Go and do what you want to do
yo,
and what you've been thinking about doing out the gate.
I don't do chatter. I don't
Yeah,
do chatter. It's silly. It's a waste of my time. It's definitely a waste of your time. You may not realize it's a waste of your time, but it is a waste of your time. And I don't do goofiness.
yeah,
I ain't just I'm not with it. So if you come to me with something, yes, be concise, make sure it's relevant, give me only what I need, and then we can work.
just the details. But
That's all I need.
because you see and you notice how Shorty used the one from like Sling Blade, not funny as haha, funny as
Funny.
in weird.
Yeah.
Like what you doing is basically you speaking around the topic, and you really want to say what's on your chest. Say it with your chest, get it off your chest, and go ahead
Absolutely.
and move on with your life. You dig what I'm saying? You don't need to make any direct, or go find quotes that'll fit your situation. Well, if there's people in your past that you feel like they making you feel like you're the problem, this is how you deal with this, and get
Yo,
people out your past. Listen, stop focusing on your past. Just go on and deal
yo,
with your future. Then, if you got a future and it's
but
and it's helping you do something great, why are you still talking about your past in the first place?
exactly.
You trying to make it up so you could try to make this person know you
You
in
know,
my past, you in my review. Like, do you not understand that?
man, some
Like,
people like to keep old clothes, man.
yeah. Local Low
You
said
know what
beating
I'm saying?
around the bush, speaking through smoking
Yeah,
screens, through smoke screens, and that's
yeah.
and that's what it is, Loco.
They like
You
their
dig
old
what I'm saying?
clothes. They like their old clothes.
Yeah, and then or other than that, like we said too, you're looking for a pity party. You want somebody
Mhm.
to agree with you to make you feel like you're right. You know what I'm saying? I don't need nobody to agree with me. I feel how I
Absolutely not.
feel, and that's how I feel.
Exactly.
You dig what I'm saying? And whether you agree with me or not, it's cool. This is how I
Well,
feel. And then the only time I'ma spare you when it comes to like a name or something
you
like that is
spare
because
people?
yeah, you know what I
Mm,
mean? Because I don't well and
that's
listen
different.
this
When you start sparing people.
yeah, well, this is one of the things my people is mad at me about, and I'm just gonna say family members. I take real life issues and I bring them to the show. You dig what I'm saying? So everything that I go through in life, I bring it through the show. But I wanted to do that, and that's the reason why I call it the bare truth. It's because I want to tell you what's going on in life and then be able to give you my opinion from it. Because if you think about it, B, we all go through some of the same things in life. Some people want to talk about it, some people don't. Some people feel like, you know what I mean? Then I give you a little bit of advice like this. For the people that take their life issues and you want to keep it in the cover, you want to keep it under wraps, and you don't want to never bring it guess what? You'll be the same one struggling about it. You'll be the same one that been a committed suicide, or you'll let it all build up, and then all of a sudden you'll snap. and crackle and pop. And
Man,
next thing you know, you done went crazy. I ain't finna leave.
you know this is part of the reason why we even have this, right?
Yeah,
It's an area where we can like it's like a phone conversation between us, right? I
right,
mean, this would be the same conversation we'd be having if I picked up the phone and called you,
right.
right? And I think that's the beauty of it because we do cover a ton of topics and you get off a phone call sometime, you're like, damn, other people should have heard this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what we're trying to do for them
Like, okay,
is
so for a minute, listen to Abu. Abu said, a bit lost, brothers. What is this particular conversation about? That's what off the cuff means.
exactly.
Off the cuff
It's
just means
about
that
whatever.
it's like, man, we just chopping it up and try to figure it out. We're probably not gonna stay. You dig what I'm saying there? Because one
Look,
of the
we may
reasons
not resolve anything, but it's we're making
we might not resolve nothing.
hey, we are having the conversation. We're putting it at the forefront for anybody who's watching it that they can interject with their thoughts on any particular topic that we do. But a lot of the topics that we touch are things that people don't talk about in our community.
That won't talk about.
So you know what? We're doing our part. We're
Yeah.
trying.
So Abu, basically, what we was doing, we was talking about indirect messages. When people, you know what I mean, they trying to say something to you, but then again, what they'll do, they'll make like a miscellaneous post and post it to try to find something that speaks to their heart because you having a problem with a person. When the only thing you got to do is just call them or leave them a text and be like, man, you know what? I ain't talking to you no more. I'm mad at you, and I don't like. Say that. Say it with your chest. Say I don't
Truth.
listen.
Hey,
You know what I mean? I don't listen. I don't
I
rock
got
with you no more.
something.
I'm done with you. You did?
We only got like 15 more minutes, but I got something I need to speak about.
Okay.
Insect cancer.
Hold on.
Does anybody think about that?
Insects having cancer?
Yeah.
No. Are you
Well,
talking about it from a point of if a mosquito had cancer and he bit you and you
no,
would get the
I'm
cancer?
just talking from the point that they
I
get
don't
sick.
care.
And
I wish they all caught cancer and died.
but nobody gives them chemo, right? Where are the chemo doctors for insects?
I don't think nobody care about them. Like
Mhm.
if we could kill them. Top of the evening, gentlemen. Who is that? That's got to be K Dot. It sounds
That's
like
your
K Dot.
opinion.
That's my opinion about insects. I wish that they all would die. He says, but if we're only just guessing, okay, Abu, I think this is one of your first times being on this show. When you check out the Bare Truth, I usually do come up with a theme. I usually
Who is
come up.
this? Who is that?
Abu is one of my guys, man. I met him through. You know what? I haven't even seen Sweetheart posting in a while, man.
No, I want to.
Her name is Catrice, and Catrice, me and Catrice used to be on there, and then Abu,
Yeah.
me and him met, and he's real good people. And that's what I'm saying. Abu is over there in
All
Africa.
right.
And so that's why I was asking him about the powdered milk. But yeah, so a lot of
Well,
times he says we could be wrong, bro. I mean, about what though? Boo, give me a minute. So basically, let me double back to clear the air with what he's saying about off the cuff. You know what I mean? So Abu, the conversation and the topics, they jump. You dig what I'm saying? They jump to different things that might be going on in a day. So one of the things we was talking about indirect messages, man, like people who just won't say what they want to say and get it off their chest. Then after that, that conversation, it just opens up. Like, say for instance, remember what we was talking about earlier today? People that might ask you this, G Nice, what about this? Have anybody ever said to you, pray for me, but then they don't tell you what you need to pray for? They'll just say, pray for me. Have you ever heard that? Has anybody ever heard that?
Absolutely.
And to me, you might not want to put it on Facebook. Well, I'm just saying you might not want to put it on Facebook.
You already put it on Facebook, though.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
if you don't want to talk about it, don't talk about it.
Right.
Just let it go.
I would say to me, because I'm very specific in prayer. You dig what I'm saying? And so when it comes to me praying, I like to pray. Matter of fact, I'll give you an example. My man SPZ, he was over here getting his haircut the other day. SPZ, when he left, he was just like, listen, man, I gotta go take my CDL test. He says, pray for me. Now today he just texted me, and guess what he said? He said, did you pray for me? And I was like, yeah. I said, man, I said a prayer. I said, what happened? Did you pass? He said, on God, I passed. Like, you dig what I'm saying? And now, even though it's just me and him being in an indirect conversation, it's specific. You know what I mean? He said to me about a specific thing that he wanted me to pray for. Now, it does not
But
necessarily mean, you dig what I'm saying? Okay, just because he asked me to pray for it, that it automatically got answered. But it was just the dialogue of him saying,
I
listen,
feel
pray
that.
for me. I'm getting
Hey,
ready to take my CDLs test, and I really want to pass that.
check this out.
Oh,
I
Loco Lo said, pray for me, but don't ask for an explanation. You see what I'm saying, Loco? Go
yeah.
ahead, G Night.
So last night I was sitting up and I was just thinking to myself, right? But I came up with the best interview question you can have because a lot of people don't look at it that way. Like when you're on a job interview, you're interviewing them too.
Right.
Why do you want me to work there? So those are a lot of the questions I ask. I'm like, well, what made you go there? You know, how would the people you manage, what kind of manager would they say you are? Right?
So that's the
It,
kind of questions you ask in the interview? Like, what kind
yes,
of manager would other people say about you? Like,
exactly.
what kind of ratings or review would they give
I
you as a
mean, you know what I'm
manager?
saying? I mean,
Because I need to know who I'm working for too. Do you got an attitude?
exactly.
How do you handle situations? Like if there was a
Yeah.
conflict situation,
Well, how do you
how do
handle
you
that?
deal with conflict solutions or
You know?
resolutions? How would you
Yeah.
handle it? If
But
you see
my
me and if you see me and another black guy arguing, what would you come up and say? Or if you see me arguing with a white guy, what would you say?
but check it out. My new one, I think it's quite brilliant. Yes, I'm tooting my own horn. Um, ask the person that's interviewing what makes you sad.
You done turned the interview into a depressing.
No, you have gotten to their brains on that, right? Because
Give
there's
me an example.
nobody out there that's has nothing that makes them sad. Everybody has something that makes them sad.
Right.
What makes you sad?
And look, K dot thinking like, okay, so where is this interview gonna go to? Like after you say that, like they in there interviewing you, asking you, you know what I mean, about you. He says, I
No,
got hired,
no,
just conversation,
no.
never looked at my resume or anything. Okay.
I've had
What's
these
that?
conversations. That's the only question I have not asked, but I am very, very keen on coming in and changing the way that the table is moving. I'm in control,
Right.
right? Um, I'm interviewing you more than you're interviewing me. So what we gonna do?
So that's how you gonna go into the interview spot. Like, listen,
Oh,
uh,
dude, that's what
what
I've
would
been doing. I've been
like
banging them.
right.
Like, why do I want to be there?
Yeah. And I mean I get it when you dealing like, you know what I mean, like with like your line of work. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
you're right.
you
I
you,
get it.
you bring something to the table. You dig what I'm saying? They hiring you for a specific mission. Like you remember Lee, my sister ex-husband, like
Hmm.
when companies hire Lee, they hire Lee to come in and clean the company up. Like
Hmm.
we know that you can come in here and you can turn it around. So you can bring management order into this. So you can have supervisors doing this. Okay, you got 40 employees up under you. Let me look at what y'all doing, how y'all do it. What's your day-to-day work? And so he comes in there and he turns companies around.
And
So
that's what
yeah,
it
I can
is.
see that. But like, so you mean to tell me if a person go into an interview at McDonald's, you gonna ask them, so how clean do you keep the drive-through area? I mean, what does anybody clean
You
the
know
window?
what?
So when I open up the window and ask for their money, I won't. I mean,
I cannot speak intelligently on that. I'm so far removed from that, and I can
but you got
acknowledge
kids.
that.
You got that. There's kids
Right,
and
but I don't even want to act like I know what that is anymore. I don't. It's decades. So I understand.
I've
Because
never worked in a fast food restaurant.
never. I
I've
never did.
never. I've
I
never.
didn't either. I'm
And I'm not
talking about
listen,
that whole
I'm not
level.
down in anybody that
Oh,
has.
absolutely.
I'm
We're
just saying
not doing that. Yeah.
I've never worked in a fast food
You
restaurant
know, you
ever.
remember I spent my years at Sam Goody in Music Land, and that was that was what I did as far as retail. You remember
I
when Cool
I
Cool
just
T
wanted
worked
jobs.
at
Yeah.
Cool
I
T worked at Glamour Shots, and I would give him some shit about that.
hold on, Pook. I think Pook said, "Listen, there is a way to get an answer you're needing to know, a method." So, I mean, I wish you would elaborate on that because I understand that. But see, I'm trying to
Yeah,
figure out what is G Nice trying to prove when he's telling these people that. Now, I understand it in your
is
line
that
of
what he
work.
said?
No, he's not saying that. He's saying there is a way to get an answer
Okay,
you're needing to know.
yeah,
Like
he's
there's a
right.
method. Like there
For
is in
sure,
something.
for sure. I agree.
Yeah. And then Loco Lo said he's an assistant manager in one, and he said it's a task for real. No, so what I'm trying to say is you should elaborate more on why is it when you go inside the interview room, you dig what I'm saying? You need to interview them more than they interviewing you.
Why?
Why do you yeah, I'm just saying why do you
Well,
feel like that? So
you
people
need
can know. They need to know
sure,
why.
sure. You need to be able to establish your worth,
Right.
right? You're being there is a meeting of two groups who are trying to establish a contract,
Okay.
right? So everybody has equal right to say what they want. And it shouldn't be one person sitting there just being bombarded with questions about why they deserve to be there. Why do you deserve me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's it. You just go in
But
and
but but
advocate for yourself.
but now listen to this. Now that you said that, this is why I feel like I thought it was dope that you brung it up because even like in say like a place like Kraft, you dig what I'm saying?
Mm,
It's a warehouse. So anybody
right.
that worked at a warehouse before, you know that they think they own you once you get in there. They will run you in the dirt, right? But that's a good way to come in there. Like, we know you need help. We know. Why is it that people are walking away? Why can't you keep a group of people? Like, if I
Mm.
would have known that out of 15 hires, only 3 people stay, that would have been a good question I would have asked in there. Like, let me ask you this. So, out of the last group of people that got hired, how many people actually stayed? Do you know why they stayed or why they quitting? Why do you have such a quick turnover rate here? What kind of
Well,
manager skills are you have? You dig what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you
and if
dig?
you're out there, if you are out there on like LinkedIn, right? If you're a person that participates in that, go and just hit up people who've worked for the company.
Yeah.
See who last worked there in that position that they're hiring you for, and then ask them about it.
Yeah, because I
You
mean,
see what I'm saying?
there's
It's all
there's
about throwing them off. You want to throw them off and give them something. You want to give them a task. Like you have a task. You go home and think about that situation, right?
man.
Like what you said, I'm like, I'm on it. I'm
Yeah,
on your ass.
right,
And you might talk to other people about this position, but you're gonna remember me.
right. But I
That's what
mean,
you damn sure gonna do.
only advice I got to tell you though, people, if you use this method when you go in an interview, be valuable. You dig what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
that's a
that is
confidence
true.
card. That is a
Yes.
confidence card to come in there
Yes.
and say, listen, I know that when I come for you, that
Mhm.
listen, when I punch in on this clock, I'm gonna bust my butt. I'm giving you 100% when I come in here. You dig what I'm saying? So if you want me to come in here, you want me to work for you, man, I need to know, what's the benefits? Am I coming into a peaceful atmosphere?
Well,
Because it's not, sometimes it's not, it's chaotic.
I think yeah, like I think you actually said a little earlier, like you have a problem and you want me to come in here and help fix your problem,
Right.
right? So what's it worth to you
Yeah.
for me to fix your problem?
Right, because
You know,
because they'll come in there and they take you through orientation, talking
man.
about all the benefits that they got and
Mhm.
what they have to offer here, and they'll make you feel like, when you're in the interview, they'll make you feel like
Oh,
you're a part of this team. But then when you get in there, you
ain't no
didn't tell
team.
me that this person right here is a
Nah.
supervisor and this person right here is a manager, and
Hey,
they don't even know, they don't even got people person skills. They don't even know how to talk to people.
yo, the worst thing anybody can say to you when you go into a job is that we're a family.
Yeah, they'll tell you that though.
That's some bullshit, and that
Right.
means run. It's some old bullshit. But since we kind of went down the benefits role, I think we should talk about the importance of people. Like you already get like your life insurance, right? You already get what's set for you. They'll
Right.
say, all right, because they want to secure their investment, right?
Right.
So they'll always like have a policy on you that has nothing to do with you that's two or three times your salary, right? And then you get one that comes with your salary, which is cool. And you're like, all right, that's three times your salary. But then you have the option to buy up on a separate policy. And a lot of people don't take advantage of that. So I'm just throwing that out there for people to be thinking about that.
Yeah.
And I know
And
you kind of, I know you know because you went down the same track as far
yeah.
as with the agent shit that
Hmm.
I did. So yeah, I mean, that's just a little gem.
Right, right. And then I mean, knowing is half the battle. So if somebody can give you something that can help you, because the reason why I thought that that was so dope to go in there is to throw them off they square. To be like, you know what, you need me just as bad as I need you. Stop
Oh,
trying to act like you about to get me in here and all you pay this much, and after such and such time of the day, you make this and that. Man, sometimes, man, a job, the money that they pay you is not enough for that stress. That stress that's going on that comes with that job. Peace is
it,
everything. I'm telling you, and I mean,
I have.
I said I wasn't gonna complain no more about my gig, but I'm telling you, peace. You gotta have peace wherever you go. You clocking in every day. You dig what I'm saying? Now, I don't know about
I,
such other jobs, but
I'm gonna tell you. I punched the clock. Um, I don't want to do what I do, but I do it because I know how to,
right,
and that's essentially what it is. It's not glamorous. It
right,
ain't even cute. It ain't even
yeah,
wearing a skirt. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even out here doing nothing.
right.
It sucks, and you do what you have to do until you can do what you want to do.
Exactly. And when a person gave me that one, that right there inside itself is a gem, and it's called a sacrifice. And so in life you are making some sacrifices. But I think that that was a good gem, a nugget to run with. When you go inside an interview, I want to know, are you just as important to me as I am to you? Let me know
Absolutely.
that out the gate.
It's
We
a
need to know that.
relationship. It's a
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah, we finna be here working and stuff like that. I need to know who I'm working around. You know what I mean? What kind of
Absolutely.
people you are.
Do I want to be here?
Exactly. I might not want to work for you. No, you tell me something. All right, I'm straight, man. I think I'm gonna go across the street. Amazon about to open up next month. I think I'm gonna wait on them, dog. You dig what I'm saying? Tell them something like that.
I want to know what the person that I'm going to work for
Yeah, I
values,
understand what you're saying though, too,
values,
Locolos,
or
because you are that. You dig what I'm saying? And Locolos said, I hear y'all, but me being a natural leader, it's a part of the game. You dig what I'm saying? Give me a better example of what you're saying,
yeah,
Locolos.
I don't understand.
A better example, Nicole. Why is everything funny? You laughing? It's like we trying to be serious about about life, and you laughing. And it's like, hold on, somebody better explain themselves.
Goddamn
Oh, I wish we could shoot the
chuckles,
link. I wish we could
chuckle.
shoot out the link, and then people could just pop up and say what they wanted to say. But listen, I got a question for you,
What
and
up?
this is just off the cuff. If
Well,
you had
isn't
one
that what
wish,
we doing?
if you had one wish, what would you wish for, Ray J? If I had one
Six
wish,
more, 6 more wishes.
no, you're only getting one. You get one.
That's my wish.
No, you get one.
You
My
just told
apartment was
me. Yo, my wish is
what? She says her apartment was flooded partially. I gotta laugh. Oh, okay.
huh?
Well, yeah.
What?
That didn't sound too funny. Like, hold on. So you looking for something to stay positive? Is that what you're
That's
saying? You
fucked up.
basically looking for something
That's
to stay positive?
damn. Yeah. So 6 more wishes.
So if you had one wish, you would wish for six more wishes.
Yep.
Yeah. Um. If I
What's
had,
wrong with that?
uh, yeah. Okay, hold on. Loco said y'all was saying about that going in with that being confidence, but I was saying me being a natural born leader, that comes with my whole package when I go in for a job. Okay, I get you.
Oh, I
So
feel you.
yeah,
I
so
feel
when I
you,
was
Los.
saying go inside a interview with a confidence card of like,
Yo,
okay, why do I need to work here? Why should I work for you? You saying
yo.
him being a natural born leader, he comes in there with that. Like that's how I want to talk to you.
But Los, that's why I'm even talking about it. This is what I do, I'm just trying to sprinkle the rice. So I get it what you're saying, Los. You're right. And that's just what we have to do.
Yeah. And I think, but I still think it's a tip for everybody to boss up your boat.
Absolutely it
I
is.
think that everybody that go into an interview, don't ever shortchange yourself. Go in
No.
there and feel like, okay, I got something to bring to the table. Now, be it when people go job hunting, they looking for another line of finances, because you need something to help you do, to pay bills, to move on in life. But we grown. You dig what I'm saying? When I come in this place, man, I got something to bring to the table. Like I used to tell every one of my jobs, like, I pride myself on being there on time. You dig what I'm saying? The only time that I'm not gonna be there if it's something that's going on that what I mean. But other than that, I'm not waking up late, just coming in there anytime I want to. You dig what I'm
You
saying?
know what?
I plot and plan to get there on time with my lunch and everything. You
You
did?
know what is something that I know it's been out there forever, but I do hold true. If you're on time, you're late.
I like what she just said. No, okay, now explain that. Nicole says, I own it. I'm the hire. You dig? Yeah, I feel that.
Okay.
I feel that, Nicole. That's understood. Now, give me an
Sure.
example of what you were saying, though. You saying if you're on time, you're late. You dig what I'm
Yes.
saying? Right. So,
Always be a always be the first person on. I mean, when I have meetings, I'm the very first person on that call. Even before the person, I make, they'll have me sitting in the waiting room. Whatever. I'm here. I'm
yeah.
ready.
Yep.
I am ready all the time. So
Hmm.
yeah, if you're on time, you're late.
Yeah, I get that. That's a
Five
good
minutes,
analogy.
5 minutes at least, you need to be ahead.
Yeah.
Period.
And he's speaking from a boardroom position, like far as like conference calls and stuff like that. But that's
Yeah.
one of the stereotypes that they love to throw on black people.
But
They like to say that, what I mean, we can never be on time for stuff, that we're never on
but
time.
guess
And so
what?
one of the things that I do when I'm hired, and by coming home from the joint, one of the things I did want to show anybody that gave me a shot to what I mean, to work there, I'm gonna
Mhm.
be on time. You dig what I'm saying? And so that's one of the confidence cards that I'm gonna pull when I come in there for an interview. If I can be on time,
Yeah.
I mean, like, what else? Like you
But
said,
guess what? If you show your boss, if you have to stand by the time clock for 5 minutes, waiting till you can clock in, you're there. It's
right,
5 minutes, right? And
right,
it's 5 minutes, and it can do so much for you. 5 simple damn minutes
hmm,
can change the trajectory of what you're trying to do. I mean, it's just little things like that we have to learn how to play the game.
yeah,
We gotta learn how to play the game. And I don't know. I just hope people pick up the gym.
right. Because when you say you got to play the game, listen, here it is in a nutshell. B, um, in life, you need money to do any and everything. Now,
Why you keep
unless
calling me B?
I'm just saying, oh, what do you want me to call you? Because
I don't know why you calling me B though. That's
hey,
who the hell
Auntie,
are you, ma'am?
okay, I'm
Are
A.
you
You
are
you
you
you B.
are you Cameron from Paid in Full?
Yeah, what do you say? B. Everybody eats. B. Everybody eats.
Please,
You dig
B.
what I'm saying? Everybody eats. B. But no,
Right.
I'm speaking like
Go
in
ahead.
general because sometimes I think that people need to be reminded of some things that can make life smoother. Because you know what when you said that, this is what I think about when it's time for them to hire, what I mean, or upgrade you or level up, or they looking for somebody else, what I mean, to take a different position, they gonna look at that. Local Low said something too in your work ethic. You dig what I'm saying? And so it's
Yeah.
like when you want people to promote you and do stuff, you got to stand by your name, man. Your name is on the line. Like, what do you stand for? Are you on time? Are you tardy? Are you a hard worker? Can you maintain a positive attitude when you do it? You
Yo.
got to start picking that stuff up and incorporating it and making it a part of your life. Because if you don't, you're
So
gonna be out here losing. Straight
you
up.
are.
Yeah, you're
And
gonna be losing.
from the corporate standpoint, I've made a habit of for years. Um, I schedule emails to go out, right? So I may type it up, but I don't schedule it to go until 2 a.m.
Right.
Now you've dumped that in somebody else's spot. Like I did my thing. What you gonna do? And that's kind of like the showing up aspect of what we talked about. Get out here and get it. Yeah, your work ethic is gonna be something that is very, very important in you moving forward, but you got to get people to pay attention.
Right.
And people pay attention to people that are in their face, right?
Yeah.
If you show up and you can't clock in and your boss see you standing there waiting on the time clock to hit the spot, that's going to stand out.
Right.
And eventually people be like, you know what, this is what this person does. Let's
Hmm.
talk to them about this thing. And it's all about a ladder, man. It's all a
Yeah.
ladder. And just get at it.
Right.
It doesn't matter what industry it is. It's all the same ladder.
Yeah. And basically, and what they would say in street terms, level up. If you're gonna try to level up, then this
Um,
is these. You ain't leveling up unless you got some discipline and some type of drive or ambitious about you. You're just not
yo,
gonna be able to do it. So ain't no sense in you sitting up here playing. You
dude,
you can send out these messages and make everybody think that you leveling up and this is what you're doing.
look,
But until you get inside your heart that this is what you determined to do, you're gonna be where you at.
hey, hey, You cannot run a 50-yard dash in house shoes.
For real. And that's
You
the
know what I'm
truth.
saying? And
It
that's
just ain't
it.
gonna work. It ain't
It,
gonna work.
it ain't gonna work out.
Yeah.
So figure out if you want to run or if you want to slip and slide. That's kind of what it is. But
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I
listen.
I
On
think
that
we were.
note, I'm getting ready to go to work. You dig what I'm saying? So
Hey, do
I'm about
what
to
you got
throw.
to do.
I'm about to throw on work clothes and put my lunch together and go in here and punch the clock. I'm going in 2 hours earlier, so we supposed to be
See,
there at
there
10.
you are.
We going in at 8. You dig? And
See,
so shout out
that's what's up.
to the grind crew. I'm hopefully they on their way there too. And so, but listen, man, I got some more other little things that I never even talked about my one wish though. You talking about you would ask for 6 more wishes. It was
Yes.
only supposed to be one wish, and what
Well,
would you wish for?
6 more wishes.
Okay, yeah, he said, "Go get that bag." Right on, Local Los. That's it, man. But dang, now I done forgot what I was gonna even say on mine, man, because you didn't say
Well,
the right thing, bro.
it was the
if
right thing for me. I
but I'm
mean, what
saying
the fuck? I
that
mean,
ain't how it
like,
was supposed to go. You were
well,
supposed to give me. You
that's
supposed
your
to tell
mistake.
me that you were supposed to tell me something that, like,
Ah,
if a person was going to answer your wish right now, Nicole, there she go, Ray J. If I had
hey,
one wish, like, I had something dope too that I was gonna ask for. It would have been really dope because I was gonna give you part of it, but now I ain't. I ain't giving you nothing.
well, this
Yeah,
next week's. Hey, so everybody knows we live next week.
yeah,
We're gonna be
six
in the
o'clock.
building.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
I'm
And
gonna
then
be in the building.
I got some other stuff too, that I want to bring to the table. But listen, I love y'all. G
No,
nice, don't I
I'm
gotta
gonna
go to work.
be. I'm gonna
Oh,
be in your building.
there it is. This week we gonna do that this week. No, next weekend. So what we gonna do? We gonna skip Wednesday and
Next
we just gonna go
next Wednesday,
Saturday.
I'll be there.
You'll
I'll
be
be
here
there
on
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yep.
Oh, it's on. It's cracking. We're gonna go really, really live. Man, matter of fact, I think that's when the lip sync contest should jump off. We should be
I mean,
ready.
if you ready,
Man, we should definitely get it. Who wanna battle us,
I
man?
gotta go
If
check on
anybody
my
wanna battle
slick bottoms. I got some slick bottoms.
us.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Because
I
I
got
need to make sure.
some
Like,
stuff too, bro.
well,
Listen, I
I
got some
mean,
stuff. Local Low said he won't end. Come on, man. Everybody, y'all better start practicing on your lip syncs things. You dig what I'm saying? Practice on your lip sync songs, what y'all gonna do, because I got a few of them. You dig what I'm saying that I've been working on. So I'm coming out. I'm coming out the gate with some heat. So whoever want to battle us, let us know. Next
well,
week, man. Listen, I gotta go to work. I gotta get out of here.
go handle it.
Hey, listen, I love y'all. G nice, don't.